Eagles now, we get busy, chasing Trizzy. Eagles now, bruising birds, we keep it litty. Eagles now, pre-game, post-game, make it look easy. Eagles now, no one likes us, please believe it. Eagles now, super chats, we keep them coming. Eagles now, Jalen a booby, keep it running. Eagles now, shots downtown, AJ Brown. Eagles now, if you ain't know, you know it now. Eagles now.
All right, welcome in. You're watching Philadelphia Eagles Now live here on Chat Sports. Appreciate Potion for that fire intro song. Say it with me together. Eagles Now. We got a loaded show coming your way. Chase Sr. here with you. Producer Trizzy Trace is also here. Abby's going to be helping us all throughout the afternoon as well. Most importantly, though, all of you Eagles fans out there hanging out with us as well. Here's what we have cooked up for you on Philadelphia Eagles Now Live as we continue to go live every single Thursday, 4 o'clock Eastern, 1 o'clock Pacific. It's going to be the showtime moving forward. Make sure you lock us in, turn on those notices, and subscribe to the channel. Therefore, you can always hang out with us. Going to do an Eagles-Jags preview since Dougie P is returning to South Philadelphia at Lincoln Financial Field. This time, obviously not with the Birds, but with a surprising Jaguars team that I'm going to tell you, you cannot sleep on. Otherwise, they'll beat your ass like they've done the last couple of weeks with some really impressive victories over the Indianapolis Colts and the Los Angeles Chargers. Eagles trade candidates, also pretty fascinating list that we're going to take a look at there. And then one mailbag. So make sure you get those questions in. Hashtag Eagles Better Yet Super Chat so that you can hang out with us and be involved in the show, because Philadelphia Eagles Now is always about the Fly Eagles Fly family. First, though, let's get that comment section popping here. Where is the Bird Gang watching from? I want you to comment your city, your area code, your town, your borough, your municipality, if you're living in Pennsylvania, as many times as you need to. Of course, Trace and Chase coming to you from enemy territory and Dallas, Texas, emanating live from the Chat Sports studios here. So where are you watching from? Let us know. Potion saying Elijah. Potion, you're Andy Reid's still the GOAT, because our poll question is Doug Pederson the best coach in the history of the Philadelphia Eagles. Get your votes in there. Nick Stone, fly. Eagles, fly. Howdy from Captain Delberto, the Potato Master. Good old Amish Lancaster country from Captain. Fort Worth, Texas from Aaron. That's where producer Trace lives. South Florida from Matthew Fitzpatrick. Stark, Florida from Michael. Vegas, per usual, from the homie Potion. Scranton, Pennsylvania from Thomas Irwin. That's funny, Thomas, because I worked in Scranton at WNEP, and my middle name is Irwin. That was my mom's maiden name. So we have some similarities there. Kyle, back-to-back games for me this Sunday. That's awesome, man. Have a blast. Mr. Fish Guy, Ohio. And talk about how we need running backs, please. Well, did you see the show yesterday? Trade candidates. I talked about 2 running backs, Josh Jacobs and Dearness Johnson. So check that video out. Always ahead of the curve there. Definitely not my mom's basement from Captain Delberto. That's always a good thing. But if you're saving money, I don't blame you. Kyle, Frederick, Maryland. San Diego from CR7. Alexander, Vermeil, Ryan, Peterson is awesome, but wouldn't say the best ever. You're forgetting about Andy Reid there. Fitzgerald Tarley, Fly Eagles Fly from Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's an underrated city. CR is watching from San Diego. Thomas Irwin, love the show. Great energy. Appreciate you, my brother. We already got a $5 super chat that came in from our guy, Lion Fighter X, a.k.a. one of the realest ones out there. I think the Eagles can make it to the big game. Who makes it from the AFC? I don't believe in Miami. I believe in Miami because I like the play caller and I like the construction of the roster. I really like the Buffalo Bills, but they have to be able to prove that they can run the football. I like the Kansas City Chiefs because why would we ever doubt Patrick Mahomes? So those are the teams in the AFC that I'm kind of looking at as of right now. Los Angeles Chargers continue to be absolutely fraudulent, but they have dealt with a lot of injuries and are dealing with a lot of injuries right now, which is certainly a problem for them. So, Lion Fighter, appreciate that $5 super chat. We're getting our fan hooked up because it always gets a little bit hot here in the studio because Eagles fans are just making that comment section pop and sending in those super chats. Trace, thank you very much. So, here's the deal. If you've been tuning into our watch parties, if you've been tuning in to our live shows, they've gotten crazy. And the bosses have been so impressed with the amount of super chats that we've been able to bring in from the best fan base in the world, the Fly Eagles Fly family. They are challenging, though, Trace, myself, and all of you. The bosses have informed us that Trace and I, here on Thirsty Thursday, cannot drink until we get to $200 in super chats. I understand that it's a tall and difficult task, but I think we can get there so that we can do an Eagles Now happy hour once we've rounded out all of our segments that we have planned for you that I previewed off the top of the show. Now, it might be the deal that we can't drink until we get to $200 in super chats, but we do have a special, pretty wild and rowdy super chat menu up until that point. You send us in a $5 super chat like Lion Fighter. We ring the Liberty Bell. $10. EAGLES. Eagles chant. I have my Eagles foam head that I got from way back in the day. I'll put that on for a $20 super chat. $30 super chat. Producer Trace is going to throw on this football head, and I'm going to make him produce in it. And for a $50 super chat, I'm just going to put on this horse head, and I'm going to make a horse noise. I won't really tease what that horse noise is going to be because I want to challenge you to send us in maybe a $50 super chat. Obviously, there are other ways to support the show outside of super chats. You can retweet my tweet. You can like the video, continue to comment. Most importantly, subscribe. We greatly appreciate all of the support. $5 super chat coming in from Brandon Ford. Ring the bell, not for the Philadelphia Phillies, who are a fraudulent franchise and losing once again to the Chicago Cubs, but because Brandon Ford is an OG. Super Bowl, Eagles versus Bills. Could America take that? Could America take that craziness? It would be absolutely wild. If you love the Philadelphia Eagles, I want you to type E in the comment section as many times as you can. Oh, Elijah! $50 super chat. We're doing the horse noise. He also updated his profile picture. He's got the old school Eagles hat on there. You know I got to hear it now. Elijah, make him an L3. And just, he's the real one. He's the realest one. Elijah is the realest one. Appreciate that, my guy. Everybody in the comment section type in E. I'm going to give you a shout out right now. Rapid fire fashion, Mike Halo, Joey E, Mr. Fish Guy, Elijah, Mr. Macklin, Joey, Mike, Michael, Nick, Mike, Joey, Ed, Heron, Brian, Timothy, Captain Delberto, Joey E, Lion Fighter, Michael J, hopefully I pronounced that right. Let me know if I missed it. Chase Elliott, Kyle Builder, all type in that E in the comment section. So too is Thomas Irwin. You saw me just spam E into the comment section. You do that as well right now. And I do have to throw on the horse head to do the horse noise because Elijah Stovall sent us in that $50 super chat. Let's show that super chat menu one more time because in case you're just joining us, the bosses are telling Trace and I, we can't drink until we get the $200 in super chats. They want to prove to everybody out there that we can still get super chats without drinking. And then once we get to $200 in super chats, we have a special super chat menu cooked up for you. So, Trace, why don't you put your mic on and you can give some shout outs here. I'm going to put on this horse head.
All right, cool. Hey, real quick, shout out to Michael, shout out to Nick, shout out to Mr. Fish Guy, shout out to Fitzgerald, shout out to Joey E, Michael, shout out to Captain Dalberto. Where are the potatoes at, bro? Where are the potatoes at? Joey, he's typing his E's. Skit Scat, Cowboys are winning the division, and that's just an absolutely cold take. Ed Knoll, E. Brandon Ford, E.
I'm ready to go, Trace.
Horse Senior,
all
E.
Right. Can you still hear me if I'm doing that? If I'm out here?
Yeah.
All right, ready?
Weirdly enough.
That's what we're doing for the $50 super chat right now.
I would pay. Somebody pay
good?
to do that again. I need to see that again.
Abby, A, B, C, D, or F. Was that good? A+. There we go. Grade it. A, B, C, D, or F. Let us know what you thought of that. Grade it. Tyler's here. Mr. Fish Guy. 80B. Elijah. Uh-oh, the potatoes are back in the chat. What'd y'all think of the horse noise there? It was definitely a little bit weird. I'll give you some shout-outs. Ed Knoll, B. Mike Halo, A. Elijah the OG, A. The realist, Elijah, for that $50 super chat. So that means we're $140 away from actually drinking. because the bosses said, we can't drink unless we get the $200 in Super Chats. RL Hustle, what did I just watch? Well, $50 Super Chat, put on the horse mask and do a horse noise. I make the rules. I stand by the rules because we're never scared. Brett Dawkins, any relation to Brian? What's up from Cali? Potion, LMAO, A++. Alexander giving us a C. I think Abby wanted to give us a C, but she said, you know what, we'll just give you an A+. The look on her face was pretty priceless. Captain Delberto getting in that hashtag Eagles, good job. What I say about the sacks chase, Tyler, my man, 9 of them against Carson Wentz. He goes down again! That's the Merrill Reese impersonation right there. Mike Halo, Captain Delberto, Tyler, Skit Scat, Patty Whack, Potion, Nick Stone, all in the chat. All right, with Doug Pederson coming back to Philadelphia, I want to ask you this. Will you boo or cheer Dougie P? B for boo, C for cheer. Get those votes in as soon as possible, and then we'll get closer and closer to starting the live show here. Boo or cheer Doug Pederson. I don't think there's any doubt that you got to be able to type your C in the chat to show love to Doug Pederson. I understand that the tenure ended in somewhat of a rocky fashion, but at the end of the day, he brought the Philadelphia Eagles the first Super Bowl in the history of the franchise, and that's why the live poll is what it is. Is Doug Pederson the best coach in Eagles history? Now, longevity's sake, no. Success, though, probably yes. Michael, what's a good cheesesteak spot in Philadelphia? D'Alessandro's is my spot. D'Alessandro's is my spot. If you're by the stadiums, Tony Luke's is very easy, but D'Alessandro's is my spot. American Wit. That's my go-to. B for boo, C for cheer. Mr. Macklin, what up? $10 super chat. We're at 70 already. 130 away from us actually cracking a beer. Mr. Mac, what it do? Live from Tallahassee, Florida. The Birds giving me 2017 vibes, only this time it's hashtag Hurts season. By the way, Mr. Mac, I hope you're all good down there in Florida with Hurricane Ian kind of passing through that area. Let us know if you're okay. Obviously, it looks as though you do have power. My stepdad and his girlfriend live right outside of Sarasota, and they've got hit with a lot of rain, really heavy wind, but it looks as though they're going to be okay. Luckily for them, they're not actually on the coast there on the Gulf. So looks like they're going to be okay. Mr. Mac, I hope the same for you. And everybody else who's tuned in from Florida, hope you're all good if you're on that Gulf side dealing with the hurricane. You know, Potion, you made that comment there. He has a statue outside of the stadium. Doug Pederson said this week he's never seen the statue. How, if you have a statue of yourself, have you never actually seen the statue after you won the Super Bowl? Yeah, it was from Bud Light, but it's with Nick Foles, and you've never seen the statue? That's crazy. That's crazy. All right, here is our Super Chat menu, and then Trace will start to get started here on the official show. Can't drink until we get to $200 in Super Chats. The bosses are challenging the Eagles family for us to get there. Once we do get there, we have a special shotgun menu for you where all Super Chats get a shout-out, $5 beer cheers, $20 beer chug, $50 I'll shotgun a beer, and also Trace will drink out of the Freedom Funnel. EAGLES, all for the Birds here. So that's what we'll do for a $50 Super Chat once we get to $200, if we get to $200. If you're ready to start the show, I want you to hit that thumbs up icon and like the video. If you are ready, by the way, type me in the comments section. And over the next 30 seconds, I'll give you as many shout-outs as possible before we officially get underway here on Philadelphia Eagles Now. Going to be a fun afternoon with the Fly Eagles Fly family. Mr. Fish Guy, Captain Delberto, currently rebranding. I saw your tweet a little bit earlier. Appreciate it, my guy. Nick Stone, Fitzgerald Tarley with the $5 super chat. Elijah, Carson, Mr. Fish. Who else is ready for the show to start? Type me, especially if you want a shout out. We got you. Fitzgerald Tarley, $5. That gets us to 75. So we're inching ever so closely to $200 in Super Chats. And then Trace and I can have some fun and we'll drink some beers together because it's Thirsty Thursday. Philadelphia Eagles Now happy hour coming your way. Hit that thumbs up icon, like the video. We're at 69 people watching live. Now we're up to 71, 36 likes. Can we get to 50? ASAP Rocky. Hit that thumbs up icon, like the video if you're ready for the show to get started. What it does allows other people out there on YouTube, if they're an Eagles fan, to let them know that we are live here on the show. Fitzgerald, Michael, Mr. Fish Guy, Mark. When other people come in, tell them to like the video and comment as well. We appreciate all the support, and with that, let's start the show. You're watching Philadelphia Eagles Now by Chat Sports. Chase Sr. here with you. Hope all of you are having a fantastic day and a great week as we inch closer and closer to Sunday, Lincoln Financial Field. Philadelphia Eagles hosting the Jacksonville Jaguars, and that is the purpose of today's show, to really preview that game and talk about and show some love to Doug Pederson as he returns to the city where he brought the first ever Super Bowl and Lombardi Trophy to. Before we start diving into this game, want to hear from you in the comment section. Get your game predictions in for this matchup. I think it's one of the sneaky good matchups on the slate for Sunday, especially the quarterback matchup. Jalen Hurts against Trevor Lawrence. I think the Eagles win. Not sure they cover that 6.5 point line. I'm going to go ahead and type my E. You let me know who you got right now in the comment section. So it's going to be the second home game of the season for Philadelphia. They are one of two unbeaten teams in the National Football League, sitting at 3-0. That could come to an end on Thursday Night Football with the Miami Dolphins taking on the Cincinnati Bengals, and the Eagles really getting a lot of love continuously from odds makers. They're 6.5 point favorites, even though the Jags are coming off some impressive victories, as we're about to show you, and the over-under set for 46. This game, kickoff set for 1 o'clock Eastern. We'll be doing a watch party for it on Sunday. Make sure you join us. Post-game show starts 15 minutes prior to kick. The Jags so far, really a surprise so far in the National Football League, and I did expect them to be one of the more surprised teams this year. I thought they put together a pretty good roster. They were very active in free agency. I did expect to see a jump from year one to year two from Trevor Lawrence. Most importantly, though, Urban Meyer was a joke. And now that they have Doug Pederson, who I think is one of the more underrated coaches in the league, I thought that he was going to be able to right the ship and really get that culture together and translate some of those tough losses over the last couple of years to wins, and they've been able to do that. Now, week one, weird things always happen, like it almost happened to Philadelphia against Detroit. They lost to the Commanders. Carson Wentz threw 4 touchdowns, but they come back the next week, and Indianapolis continues to be awful in Jacksonville. They blanked them 24-0. Matt Ryan looked bad. And then week 3, a really impressive win against the Los Angeles Chargers. Yes, they're banged up, but they also have a really good roster. Yes, Justin Herbert was hurt, but look, we're talking about Justin Herbert here, and this game was never a contest. 38-10 final. And for Philadelphia, we know the story by now up to this juncture of the 2022 campaign. Week 1, escaped with the win over the Lions. Week 2, thumped the Minnesota Vikings. And then week 3, 9 sacks against Carson Wentz, 24-8 the final score. And Doug Pederson, this is really the biggest storyline in this football game, at least in the anticipation leading up to this matchup, because he's coming back to Lincoln Financial Field. He's coming back to South Philadelphia, and I expect the fans to really give him a rising ovation, right? Returns to Philly, where he helped lift the Eagles to their first Super Bowl back in 2017, taking down Tom Brady and Bill Belichick in an absolutely epic Super Bowl 52 from Minneapolis. And Pederson's tenure in Philadelphia got off to a roaring start. First year 7-9, but after the disastrous years of Chip Kelly on the back end of that, he was able to really start to put this franchise in that positive motion. 2017, number 1 seed in the NFC. Carson Wentz played like an MVP. He gets hurt. Nick Foles comes in, and the story epic en route to that Super Bowl. 2018, a lot of injuries, had to really battle back, beat the Chicago Bears on that double doink Cody Parkey missed field goal at the end of that game. And then they lose a heartbreaker to the New Orleans Saints. And then the following year, after Nick Foles had a couple of really good playoff showings, it was the Carson Wentz show. He went undefeated in that final month. Eagles finished 9-7, but then he suffered that concussion thanks to Jadeveon Clowney. Went down to Russell Wilson and the Seahawks in that wild card round. And then the year after that, it got tumultuous. 4-11-1. They tanked that final game. Dougie P said that he was going to be back in that last press conference, and then he was let go. And I think it was more of a mutual parting. He had had enough of Howie Roseman. Howie Roseman had enough of him, and it worked out for both parties, right? Dougie P is in Jacksonville after that little bit of a hiatus, and then, Howie Roseman hired Nick Sirianni, who in his first year and change has been doing a great job. Doug Pederson, of course, asked about returning to Philadelphia this week. Here's what he had to say. My wife and I, our family, we have a lot of great memories back in Philly. Spent 8 or 9 years there, one as the former head coach also with Andy Reid playing. And then once, obviously, as the head coach, brought that city a championship, something to be proud of, obviously. I'm really looking forward to getting back there. I understand that city. I understand that passion for football, but now I'm on the other side. But I'm looking forward to it. Getting back there, it's been a great place. We did a lot of good things there, and I'm looking forward to hopefully the welcome. And I think that Dougie P is going to get a positive ovation when he comes back. And honestly, if anybody at Lincoln Financial Field actually boos Doug Pederson, you're a fraud, you're a stiff, and you have no place being at that football game or supporting the Eagles. There was nothing wrong about Pederson's tenure. It ended on a sour note, but I don't know if Howie Roseman did a good job of building up that roster. He brought this franchise its only Super Bowl ever and was really a guy who you could rally around and respect and enjoy being the head coach of the Eagles after Chip Kelly was here. You're like, get out of here, Chip. And Dougie P was kind of a refreshing change of personality. So with that, let me ask you this. I hope everybody puts a B into the comment section, but there might be some negative Nancy's out there who who go boo, B for boo. I'm going to go C for cheer, but you let me know what you're doing with Dougie P during his ovation and introduction on Sunday at Lincoln Financial Field. B for boo or C for cheer, let us know. All right, coming up next on the show, we're going to get down to the nitty and gritty. Keys to an Eagles victory over the upstart Jacksonville Jaguars. First, though, you want a free jersey? Thanks to our friends at Fanatics? Well, if you sign up with BetUS, we can get you a free Philadelphia Eagles jersey. All you have to do is follow all of the steps that we've been talking about over the last couple of weeks. You go to chatsports.com/EaglesBet and you enter the promo code Eagles125. You sign up and deposit $100 or more. By doing that, using that link in that promo code, you already get $125 in free money back, and then you make your first bet. Then you email us, jersey@chatsports.com, letting us know that you followed all those steps, and we'll get you hooked up with some Eagles swag. The jerseys right now that we can guarantee being available, pretty much the current players. Jalen Hurts, Jason Kelce, Devontae Smith, A.J. Brown. Midnight green jerseys as well as the away whites are the ones that we can send to you. And again, we're going to get back to as many emails as possible. So if you don't hear back from us right away, I promise you we are going to respond. Follow all of those steps. Email us, jersey@chatsports.com, and we'll get you hooked up with a free jersey from Fanatics. So really the overarching message of this game against Jacksonville: do not sleep on the Jags. Doug Pederson has kind of tinkered with the offense a little bit with Press Taylor as his offensive coordinator. He's injected some creativity to the offense. They have a really good offensive line up to this point with good pass protection for Trevor Lawrence. Dougie P has called some really tricky plays to catch the defense off guard. Their run game has been humming, and their defense is really good, led by the stud pass rusher in Josh Allen. And the Jags' run defense is going to be a big key in this football game. They rank number 1 in the National Football League, and weather could be a factor in Philadelphia because of Hurricane Ian. So if it gets a little bit rainy, then the Eagles are going to have to run the football against the most stout run defense in the NFL up to this juncture of the season. But here's why I think the Eagles can still win this game, even if they can't run the rock. This is a different Eagles team as compared to last year. A year ago in 2021, Eagles had the best rushing offense in the NFL. This year, it's a potent rushing attack, but they're slinging the football, and their passing attack has been one of the more dangerous and explosive pass offenses in the NFL, especially with that deep ball. A big reason for that, Jalen Hurts has a lot of weapons at his disposal. We're not even showing Quez Watkins on this graphic, and that's really saying something. But the wide receiver tight end trio here of A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, and Dallas Goedert has certainly reaped big rewards so far. A.J. Brown, following that trade, already in 3 games, 20 catches, 309 yards, and we talk about the explosive element to this Eagles pass and air raid attack, 15.5 yards per catch. Devontae Smith is at 16.5, Dallas Goedert at 15.5, and Devontae Smith coming off that huge game against Washington after he was really good against Minnesota. He's already compiled 15 grabs for 249, and Dallas Goedert, really good blocker, really good pass catcher, the most underrated tight end in the NFL. 11 catches, totaling 168 yards. As for the Jaguars, a lot of people outside of Jacksonville and Florida might not be familiar with that roster. But again, can't sleep on this team. They have a couple of really, really good players, especially some of their more recent draft picks, led by Traquan Walker, who's the number 1 overall pick out of Georgia, who's been good as well. But their best defensive player is Josh Allen. Against the Chargers last week, 4 quarterback hits on Justin Herbert with 8 pressures, so he was all over the place. They ran the football effectively. James Robinson toting the rock 17 times for 100 yards, average yards per carry at 5.9, and the Jaguars' offensive line, 0 sacks on 39 pass attempts for Trevor Lawrence. It's going to be a test for this Eagles defense that put up 9 sacks against Carson Wentz last week. As we continue to break this game down, how about this? Predict the score between the Jags and the Birds. Let me know a precise numerical figure down below. Like I said, I don't know if the Eagles cover that 6.5-point line because I think Dougie P is going to try to be in his bag, as we're about to talk about. I do think the Eagles win by about 3 to 6 points. Give me the Birds 27-21. That's my final score. So with Trevor Lawrence, as we continue to move forward and push forward in our preview, the leap is happening. Had a rocky year 1, but can you blame him? Because Urban Meyer was a straight-up bona fide bum as the head coach of Jacksonville. But now there's stability. There is continuity. There is a foundation in Jacksonville, and Trevor Lawrence is benefiting from that. Doug Pederson is exactly what Lawrence needed, and the breakout is happening. He is that quarterback whisperer right now for Lawrence, like he was for Carson Wentz back in 2017. And like I said, the offense has more juice and creativity than it did in Philadelphia with some of the pre-snap motion that we're seeing, something he didn't do a lot of with Philadelphia. You look at what Lawrence has been able to do through 3 games. He's been upright, and last year he was hit a lot. But because of that, that's come with confidence. 69% completion percentage. He's thrown for 772 yards, 6 touchdowns, 1 pick, average yards per attempt at 7, which is above league average. And this is going to be one of the more intriguing quarterback matchups in Week 3 because you have Jalen Hurts as an MVP candidate, number 3 in the NFL behind Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson, and you have Trevor Lawrence, who in his sophomore campaign has really been balling out. So who do you think has the better game? Is it going to be Trevor Lawrence? Type TL. You think it's going to be one of the MVP candidates in Jalen Hurts? Then give me that JH in the comment section. Appreciate your feedback. Lastly, let me hit on my keys to the game on top of what we've discussed already. Don't let Doug Pederson get in his bag. We saw it so many times when he was the head coach of Philadelphia. When he starts to find that groove and find a rhythm and confidence in his offense, he's one of the best play callers on the spot in the NFL, and obviously added motivation for him coming back to Philly. I'm sure he wants to stick it to Howie Roseman. And if the Eagles sleepwalk because they look at the jersey and the name Jaguars, are going to be in trouble. This is a good football team, and they're underrated. Pressure Trevor Lawrence. If you pressure any quarterback out there, they start to get happy feet. Their eyes revert down instead of staying up. You can kind of change the complexion of this game. I don't think they're going to duplicate the performance of 9 sacks like they had against Carson Wentz because Wentz holds on to the ball too long, and Lawrence is much better, but you pressure him, force him into a mistake. He threw a lot of picks last year. For Philly, you establish the run. What does that do? Sets up some of the deep shots that you can help elevate the pass game with, and Jalen Hurts has found a lot of success, especially with those 50-50 balls. And for Philly, back-to-back games in which they've had second quarter explosions, and against Washington, 24 points in the second frame. But if you put together a complete game of 4 quarters, that's what I want to see this Eagles team do to fully display how dominant they can be here in the 2022 campaign. So lastly, let me hit you with this one more time. Who you got on Sunday from the link? J for the Jags, E for the Eagles. Get those predictions in. Fly, Eagles, fly. Let's go. Can't wait for our watch party on Sunday. Hope all of you join us. All right, we'll give you some shout-outs here and a lot of super chats to catch up on. I'm putting in my E in the comment section for the Eagles. So too is Legend and Nick Stone, Ryan Rowe, Mr. Fish, Elijah. Give me some more E's in the comment section if you're going with the Birds. Tyler, Captain Delberto, Jeremy Winters, all type in that E. Solo, also riding with Philly. Jeffon, Birds, Donnell, Eagles, Carson, Eagles, Fitzgerald Tarley, go Birds, Brandon Ford, the homie, Eagles. You're back in Philly, right, Brandon? You going to this game? I thought you said that last week. If so, have a blast, my guy. All right, a lot of super chats to catch up on. $10 from Fitzgerald. This is for Doug Pederson. Thank you for the Super Bowl, but Eagles Nation is going to go crazy on Sunday. Sorry for your loss. And by the way, let's run through these soups and then go to that Super Chat menu because I got to remind the people what we're doing without our drinking Super Chat menu. Elijah, another 50-piece. Throw up the L3. Close game unless the Eagles change their second half play, 27-21. I also went with the Eagles to win by 6, so we're close there. Elijah, appreciate that. And then also Alexander, the homie, he's back. He's also going 27-21 Eagles. Lawrence throws 2 picks, forcing the ball. Eagles get 4 sacks. A.J. Brown has a big game after having a baby. That's why he missed practice this week, so congratulations to him. So, Alexander, $5 Super Chat. We're ringing the Liberty Bell. We had that $10 Super Chat come in. E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles. Did we get a $20 Super Chat? I don't think so, right? We haven't put on the Eagles foam head, but we did get that $50 Super Chat from Elijah. So I'm just living by the rules. We can't drink, the bosses said, unless we get to $200 in Super Chats. Folks, we're 1 segment in out of 3 segments on the show. We're already at $140. Trace, give some shout-outs to the people here.
All right, guys, I know that we're going to get that 200 here pretty soon. We're only like we're only like $60 away. It's not going to take too long, but shout out Fish Guy, shout out Brian Borstein, shout out Brandon Ford. Hit us up when you're back in Texas, my guy. Shout out Solo Mitchell, and shout out Chase Horsehead Sr.
All right, with that, $50 Super Chat, it's the horse sound. There we go. We have fun on the show, and we do it unlike any other YouTube channel out there. Can't be scared out on these YouTube streets. You dig? You know what we should do is get the Eagles underdog mask. That's a bad job by me for not putting in that order. We will get one of those. All right, if we get to $200 in Super Chats, as we are 60 away, all Super Chats, as always, they get a shout-out. $5, we'll crack our first beers. The bosses said can't drink unless we get to 200. $20, we'll do a beer chug. I will shotgun a beer for 50. And Trizzy Trace, the Freedom Funnel, in honor of Philadelphia being America's birthplace, in honor for the Eagles having the best logo in all of sports, and just being the Philadelphia Eagles, he will drink out of the Freedom Funnel. It's actually a pretty dope setup. You see the hole here where you put the alcohol or whatever you want to put in there, and then you have the little mouthpiece there. So that is the Freedom Funnel. He will do that for a $50 Super Chat once we get, or if we get, to $200 in soups. As I said a little bit earlier, join us on Sunday for an Eagles-Jags watch party. We had 24,000 people join us last week. That was up from 17,000 people who joined us week 2 on Monday Night Football against Minnesota. Can we overtake that number this upcoming week? I hope so. Make sure you subscribe, come hang out, and let your homies know that what we're doing here on Philadelphia Eagles Now is completely unique with interactive, informative analysis, and we involve you in all of our shows, whether we're live or not. We appreciate your football intellect and your football fandom, so subscribe, come hang out. Eagles-Jags watch party on Sunday. Next up on the show, we're going to do an Eagles-Jags, or we did our Eagles-Jags preview. Going to take a look at some trade candidates on this Eagles roster. But then on the tail end of the show, going to take all of your questions and your Super Chats once we get there. So start getting your questions in right now so that Trace can filter all of your questions. Since we get so many comments, makes it easier for him to just find the hashtag Eagles or Super Chat, get those questions in ahead of the game so that we can answer those during our mailbag. Definitely appreciate all of the support that we're receiving. First, though, before we get to this trade candidates list, I'm going to put y'all to the test. We have 140 people watching right now, better audience than last week. How many likes can we get to in 1 minute? How many likes can we get to in 1 minute? And can we get to 100 likes in 1 minute? We're at 64 right now. Hit that thumbs up icon, like the video. In the meantime, shout out to some people watching right now. Bird Gang, Donnell. Let's go! Let's go! Captain, why'd you say start unliking? We don't want that to happen. Start liking the video. We're at 75 right now. Let's get to 100 likes on this live video. Aeneas is back. Let's go! $20. I'm going to put on the Eagle foam head for that. And we're going to sing Fly, Eagles, Fly.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Oh, and Jamal with the 10 piece.
All right.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
All right. A 1, a 2, a 3. Fly, Eagles, fly on the road to victory. Fly, Eagles, fly. Score a touchdown, 1, 2, 3. Hit 'em low, hit 'em high, and watch our Eagles fly. Fly, Eagles, fly on the road to victory. E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles! Let's go!
Jamal! Here we go! Let's go, Jamal!
Jamal Marshall with the 10. Go Birds,
Go
baby!
Birds!
Love Doug, but I'm trying to see the Birds go 4-0. Aren't we all? Appreciate that, Jamal. And we ball. Shot call. Fitzgerald Tarley. Eagles win 31-27. I like that score prediction. They've been on pace for scoring 31 points, but haven't since week 1. That right there, you love to see it. So what do we have to do on that Super Chat menu?
Guys.
With a couple of those 20s
Well, first of all.
and the 10.
Well, first of all, we're only $10 away from 200.
Eagles
And
foam
can
head, we
scrap
did
this
that.
One and have some fun.
We did the EAGLES. Trace has not put on the football head yet.
I'd love to.
We have rang the Liberty Bell. We'll ring that again. And I got to put the foam hat on again with that last 20.
Are you going to do the whole show in that?
Go Birds!
I feel like you should do the whole show in that.
If we get a $100 Super Chat, I'll do our entire mailbag.
Hey, Elijah, let's party! Let's
And this.
party! Where's the freedom funnel?
Elijah!
Where's the freedom funnel? Let's get it going.
We'll do it at the end here. We just got past $200 without drinking, so good job by everybody. So from here on out, we're on that Super Chat menu of the post-drinking Super Chat menu. Elijah, the real one, the real OG, he's back. E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles. So Elijah sends in the 20. That gets us past 200. We'll do Eagles Now Happy Hour at the end of the show after our next segment and after our mailbag. So stay tuned for that. If we get a $100 Super Chat, I'll do the whole mailbag, or at least try to do the whole mailbag with this Eagles foam head here. Might have to figure out the microphone situation, but shoot, for $100, might say F it and just do it. Alexander, 2. Get some Batman capes and masks. That is also a very good note.
That'd be badass.
I have to put a note down to myself. Got to get a dog mask, the underdog mask, and the Batman cape and mask. That's good stuff right there, Alexander. You're the man. All right, let's get to the segment here. Eagles trade candidates. Then at the end of the show, we'll do our Eagles Now Happy Hour. You guys are the best, man. We said the bosses, the pressure was on. Can't drink unless we get to $200 in Super Chats. We got there. Before we get started here, just give me a... If you love what you're seeing here on Philadelphia Eagles Now, just type me. Just type me.
I'll get some shout-outs going here.
Eagles Now
Eagles!
Superfan, losing hope with humanity is back. All right, so let's keep this in mind here because we're going to have to live up. Now that we're past 200, we're at 221 right now. So Elijah got us past. Got us $10 past. So throw up the other Super Chat menu of us getting past $200, Trace. So we'll give the people a little bit of a preview of what we're working with here.
This isn't it. Wrong
Can't
one.
drink until 200. We crossed everything off here. We crossed everything off here. Now from here on out, gonna give you some beer cheers. Gonna give you a beer chug for sure. And then $50 shotgun, and then Trace will do the freedom funnel. So that's what we have coming your way.
Come on. Don't let me down.
Yeah.
Don't let me down.
Give it to me one time. How about them Cowboys?
How about them Cowboys?
You love to see it. You love to see it. You love to see it. $221 in Super Chats. Clap it up. Fly Eagles, fly family. We did it once again. We're going to please the bosses here. Eagles Now super fan. Potion with 10. My goodness, they continue to pile in.
I don't think we're getting to this cutscene.
Abby said before we started the show, you guys going to be live for more than an hour? I'm like, yeah, probably not. Well, we're 40 minutes in so far. Aeneas, Mr. Fish Guy. Appreciate that. Noah, Grom, Grim, Fist. Noah, Ray, Oid. Brian Borstein. All shout outs to y'all. Appreciate the support. F. Dallas is in the chat. You already know. Eagles Now Superfan. Eagles will win. Much better team, 34-10. Okay. So we got to drink to that. We got to drink the potion who sent in this $10 super chat. Chase can freestyle better than Dougie P. Go Birds! The freestyle game, it's okay. I can't really go beyond a bar. But, hey, give me credit. Give me credit. All right, coming your way, Eagles players that they can trade heading into the trade deadline. Without further ado, let's get to that. Then we'll do a mailbag. Then it's time for Philadelphia Eagles Now Happy Hour. Coming your way on Philadelphia Eagles Now, with the NFL trade deadline approaching at the midway portion of the season, earlier in the week we took a look at some players that the Eagles could trade for in order to upgrade this roster at some key spots. On today's show, going to take a glance at some players the Eagles can trade who are already on this roster. First, though, a reminder, going to be doing a watch party for this game on Sunday, Lincoln Financial Field, Doug Pederson's return. We go live starting at 12:45 p.m. Eastern, 15 minutes prior to kickoff for a 15-minute post-game show. We'll be live during the game, live play-by-play, audience interaction, and some really fun Super Chat games that we have cooked up for you. So make sure you subscribe and join us post-game show as well. We're doing it all. Tell your friends, tell your family that we're doing it like nobody else is doing it here on YouTube when it comes down to Philadelphia Eagles coverage. So with that, let's dive into our Eagles trade candidates. Now, this isn't going to be popular among a lot of people, but we have to mention Gardner Minshew, because outside of Andre Dillard, who's hurt right now, and that's why he's not on this list, Gardner Minshew is arguably one of the bigger trade assets on this Eagles roster. Why is that? Has a ton of value as a really good backup or a solid spot starter. Why I would think about trading Minshew Mania, who has some of the best hair and the best mustache game in the league. You get really good value back on an expiring contract. You have to imagine that Gardner Minshew is going to look for a better opportunity elsewhere. And if that's the case, you get value back for a guy who you think is going to leave. Why I wouldn't make this acquisition, and let me say on record, I wouldn't trade Gardner Minshew if Jalen Hurts ends up getting hurt. Let's cross our fingers, hope that doesn't happen. You're going to be screwed, because then who would be the backup? Ian Book? No thanks. Why Gardner Minshew also has value. He's been proven for a really long time to be a very successful quarterback in this league when he doesn't have to start for more than several games. A game or two here and there, you put together a really good game plan for him, and Gardner Minshew can sling it. He can ball out and take some shots and chances downfield. Last year in 4 games played, a couple of spot starts there when Hurts went down with that ankle injury, 68% completion percentage, 439 yards, big win on the road in the Meadowlands, 4 touchdowns and 1 interception. And really my take here and why I wouldn't trade Gardner Minshew, you think about the history of this Eagles organization going back to the turn of the century, right? 2000. They have always valued quality backup quarterbacks. They've always paid backup quarterbacks more than other teams out there. Nick Foles was making like $9 million a couple of years ago after Carson Wentz got hurt. And Minshew is one of the best in the NFL, and I'm a fan of having depth and having an insurance policy just in case something goes wrong with Jalen Hurts. Next up on the show, more trade candidates. First, though, I took a look at the analytics, and I saw that people here on Eagles Now are tuned in not just from every pocket of America, all across the globe. So right now, shout out your city. Let us know where you're watching from. We'll show you some love down below in the comments section. And as you're scrolling down there, another reminder to please subscribe to the channel. The goal is to get to 50,000 subs by the end of the season. We're on a good pace now, but we have to pick it up just a little bit. And this is why you should subscribe. We're hitting you with daily Philadelphia Eagles coverage. All of our content, 100% free. News, rumors, breaking news, analysis, interactive and informative content, and we're about to get to 33,000 subs. So hit that red sub button right now to join the Eagles family here at Chat Sports. Next Eagles trade candidate, Milton Williams, who I think actually has a lot of potential as an interior defensive lineman in this league. That's why the Eagles drafted him in the 2021 third round out of Louisiana Tech. And the idea of trading him away is that you already have really good depth at that defensive tackle spot. Fletcher Cox, Javon Hargrave, Jordan Davis, all played really well, by the way, against the Washington Commanders. And a team in need of a defensive tackle, if somebody were to get hurt, could send maybe a mid-round pick back to the Eagles for Milton Williams. Yes, you spent a third on him, but if you get a middle round pick and some value there, that's not a bad acquisition for Philadelphia. Really what it comes down to, though, is the Eagles' plans for a franchise icon and one of the best defensive players that's ever donned the midnight green. Of course, we're talking about Fletcher Cox here, flexing on him as always. Really good game for him against Washington, his former team, his former quarterback in Carson Wentz, I should say. He's set to be a free agent in 2023. And the Eagles have thought about trading him the last couple of years. It's good that they held on to him because it looks as though he's rejuvenated, trying to get another deal. He said that he wants to continue playing in Philadelphia, but is he going to be too expensive for the Eagles to bring him back? He's one of those guys who you want to see be a lifelong Eagle, like Brandon Graham. Big decisions coming up for both of those franchise icons for this team over the last about decade or so. It's crazy how long they've been playing for the Birds, but what's the price tag going to be? If you plan on bringing Fletcher Cox back, you can trade away a player like Milton Williams. If you think you're going to move on from Fletcher Cox, then you probably don't deal away Milt. What do you think the Eagles should do with number 91? First of all, you want to show him some love in the comment section? Type his jersey number, 91. This guy, one of the best defensive linemen in the history of this franchise, alongside some really good defensive linemen that we've seen play for Philadelphia. E for extend, W for walk. Let me know right now in the comments section. Also, let me pose you this question. Do you want a free Philadelphia Eagles jersey? That's right, a free Philadelphia Eagles jersey. We can get you hooked up. All you got to do, sign up with our sportsbook partner, BetUS. Follow these steps here in order to get that free jersey, so listen closely. Head to chatsports.com/EaglesBet. Enter the promo code EAGLES125. Sign up and deposit $100 or more. With that, you get $125 in free money back. Easy math, $225 to game with. Make your first bet and then email us, jersey@chatsports.com, letting us know that you followed all of those steps. Now, all of these jerseys are coming to you from Fanatics. Us, but they come from Fanatics. And we have a couple of current players that we can send you. Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown, Jason Kelsey, Devontae Smith, the classic midnight green, or those really fresh and underrated white unis, jersey@chatsports.com. Email us, letting us know that you followed all those steps, and we'll get you hooked up with a free Eagles jersey. A lot of people have hit me up saying, Chase, you didn't respond to me. I sent you an email an hour ago. We're going to get back to everybody. We want to allow those emails to come in so that we can get back to everybody in bulk. We want to allow you to be rocking that midnight green. All right, more Eagles trade candidates to get to. Let's pivot now to the backfield in Trey Sermon. Hasn't played at all for the Eagles ever since they snatched him up from the 49ers, and there's a big reason for that. They haven't needed him. And while I thought at the time that Trey Sermon could bring a little value to this Eagles running back room because they don't have a lot of physical backs, they haven't needed Trey Sermon on the field because their current backs on this roster have played really, really well behind the best offensive line in the league. Miles Sanders, 45 carries, 222 yards, average yards per carry just shy of 5. I think he's been really underrated up to this point. Kenny Gainwell and Boston Scott have both gotten 10 carries apiece, and that yards per carry is about the same for both of those players. But look, when these guys are humming, when they're playing well, when they're picking up first downs and they can all really contribute, catching balls out of the backfield, and for Gainwell and Boston Scott, some special teams ability if you need to put them back there. By the way, Nick Sirianni using Devontae Smith as a punt returner last week was awesome. Then you don't need a guy like Trey Sermon. But if another team needs a running back, you're not losing anything by bringing in Trey Sermon for nothing and then maybe getting some value back for him. Philadelphia, want to hear from you once more in the comment section. Do you want to see more of Trey Sermon? I want to see more of Nakobe Dean and Jordan Davis. That's been an issue for this football team. Trey Sermon, though, I'm kind of good. P for play, B for bench. Once more, chime in and sound off. Join the conversation in the comment section. You can also interact with me both on Twitter and Instagram at Chase_Senior. I'm a kid who grew up rooting on this team. Grew up in Westchester, went to Temple. A lot of you know that. A lot of you don't know that. So I'm really passionate about this channel and this football team. You want to interact with me. You want to talk life. You want to talk Birds. You want to talk Philly sports. You want to talk NFL, college football, NBA. I cover it all here at Chat Sports. Make sure you hit me up at Chase_Senior and give me a follow. Last Eagles trade candidate that we want to hit on real quick is Kayvon Wallace. So the youngster out of Clemson, I was high on him as more of a special teams player and potential backup safety in the NFL coming out of Clemson. But look, let's be real here. He flat out got beat out by Marcus Epps, who I think has been a very big, pleasant surprise up to this point for the Birds. And you can look at the Pro Football Focus numbers and make a great deal about how they're somewhat low. League average for every position is at 70. So Marcus Epps is below 70 in a couple of categories. But you know what? All of these numbers here actually better than a guy like Jesse Bates, who's in the final year of his contract with Cincinnati, who we've talked about as a trade target, but is also on the franchise tag making a lot of money, and Marcus Epps is barely making anything. I think he's shown some really good instincts on coming up to the line of scrimmage to make tackles there. He's never scared to really bring physicality to his tackling form, and he's actually been pretty good on the back end as well, coverage grade of 63.1, so he has made Kayvon Wallace expendable to a certain degree. If you made it this far on the show, first of all, greatly appreciate it, no matter where you are, how you're watching. Greatly appreciate all of your support of Philadelphia Eagles Now. But if you made it this far and you're subbed, if you're not subbed, hit that sub button. Real one, roll call. Type real one in the comment section because we appreciate you, fam. All right, shout outs in the chat. What it do? Donnell, Aeneas, Elijah, Eagles Now superfan, Key, Aeneas, Eagles worldwide. I like that. Might have to put that on a graphic at some point. Tyrone Williams, Ryan Rowe, Tyler Malitsky, Grom, Grim, Fist, 30 racks. You got those racks, my boy? Let's go. Heron Gonzalez, Nick Stone, Bird Gang, 31, Ray, Oid. All real ones. Thanks for subscribing and supporting everything that we do. Coming up next on the show, a mailbag. Hashtag Eagles or Super Chat to get featured on our mailbag. How about this one coming in from Dan VFFV? Real one from the Netherlands. Keep up the awesome work, Chase. Let's show him some love with an L3. Watching from the Netherlands. Dan VFFV. Let's show them some love here. We're going to give you your own custom graphics since you're watching us from overseas in the Netherlands. I'm very fascinated to see how you became a fan of the Philadelphia Eagles all the way from the Netherlands. Aeneas, Netherlands lifestyle, that's good stuff right there. East Camden for life. We got Camden in the house. Type in real one. Kylie C, real one. Eagles Now super fan. He knows what to do. He's typing that VFFV. Tuned in from the Netherlands, and everybody tuned in worldwide. Eagles worldwide. It's awesome to see. VFFV. We're spamming it right now in the comment section. The mentality, Chase, the underdog, never give up. That coming from Dan. That's good stuff right there. Dan, here you go. Gave you a verbal shout out. Now you get a graphical shout out here on the show. Everybody thank Dan for tuning in from the Netherlands. If you love the Eagles, one more time, type E in the comment section. If you love the Birds, type E. Keith Hodge, Toledo, Ohio, saying what's up. Tyler, I see your question, but use the hashtag Eagles. That's a good one. But use the hashtag Eagles to get featured on our mailbag. Tyrone, Key, East Camden, Captain Delberto, Grom, Grim, King, Captain, Dan, Keith, Donnell, Shipley, Aeneas, Ray Oid, 30 racks. All typing that E. Brittany Bees is here. Typing that E as well. LFG. Let's go. All right, to round out our show, we're going to be doing a mailbag. First, though, if you want to send in a super chat, you're guaranteed to get featured on the program. We do have some drinking to do after the mailbag for our Eagles Now happy hour. And now that we got the $200, this is our updated Super Chat menu. All Super Chats get a shout-out. $5, beer cheers. $20, beer chug. I'm going to have to do a couple of those. $50, we'll shotgun. And then also, for a $50 Super Chat, Producer Trace, the Freedom Funnel. This thing is so cool. First of all, Philadelphia, America's birthplace. The sign of America is this eagle, and it's the Philadelphia Eagles. So you pour in your drink here, and you drink it out of the mouthpiece here. He'll do that for a $50 Super Chat.
Guys, help me out. I want to try it so badly.
What's up?
I want to do it so bad.
No, we're going to drink after the mailbag. Yeah. Thanks, though. Appreciate it. Hey, pressure from the bosses. They said we couldn't drink until we got 2 honey, so we did.
We said, hold my freedom funnel.
Hold my freedom funnel.
Guys, I need to do it. Somebody help me out, please.
Also, I think, let's see. We got some Super Chats that came in, right? Yeah, Fitzgerald and Jamal. Going to put on the Eagles foam head. E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles. Those are for the super chats that came in during our last segment. Loud Bird Funnels from Aeneas. All right, we about to get this mailbag underway? Fitzgerald. Oh!
Let's go! That's right! I knew I could count on you, Bird Gang! I knew I could count on you! I knew it! They said we couldn't, and I knew you could! Let's go!
So is that 2 freedom funnels?
Woo!
He's going to do 2 freedom funnels, and I'm going to do a beer shotgun.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Unbelievable. This is absolutely fantastic. So Fitzgerald, I'm from Pittsburgh, but I'm watching you guys from Liberia, West Africa. Fitzgerald Tarley. FT, 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 FT. Eagles Now super fan. Here you go, Trizzy.
Woo!
Trizzy, Trace.
God, I love y'all.
2 freedom funnels coming your way.
I love y'all. Freedom funnel on the
2
cowboy
freedom
hat.
funnels from him, and then I'll do a beer shotgun.
Chase, I know we were talking about possibly trading Gardner Minshew, but what we're not going to do is trade me because I got the best mustache in Philly and the best hat game in Philly.
I agree. I agree.
Hey, let's get this rolling, baby.
Wow, this is awesome. Bird Gang 31. Oh, Bird Gang 31. What's good, bro? Chase, my guy. You guys ever going to do call-ins? So we do call in the app, which is awesome. It's like Twitter Spaces, but even better on the 49ers Report that I also host. Call-ins to the show. Maybe at some point in the future, I would love to implement that because it's one thing to read the comments. It's another to actually hear from y'all. So at some point, I'd like to do that. It'd be awesome and a great feature on the show. Stay tuned for that. We're going to continue to evolve here on Philadelphia Eagles Now. All right, let's get to this mailbag so then we can get to our Eagles Now happy hour. 9 likes away from 100. We better get there by the end of this mailbag. Otherwise, the bosses are telling me that we got to shut the stream off. So hit that thumbs up icon, like the video, get to 100 likes. That is the milestone that we are trying to reach. Mailbag coming your way. Hashtag Eagles. Better yet, super chat. It's going to be Manscaped there, Triz.
Package.
Yep.
Got it. Let's ride, baby.
All right. So if you got a question on the birds, you got a comment on the birds, you got a hot take on the birds, hashtag Eagles or a super chat. Let's dive into that mailbag. Then stay tuned for our Eagles Now happy hour. Philadelphia Eagles Now is presented by Manscaped. It is time for fresh ball fall. Get your balls cleaned up with the best men's grooming products by heading to manscaped.com/chat. Use the promo code chat so that they know that Chat Sports and Eagles Now sent you. We'll put that link in the comment section and the description of this video. Coming your way on today's show, taking your questions from the best fan base in all of sports. I love the passion that is exuded here on a daily basis, whether we're live or putting these videos up after the fact. Art Thomas kicking this mailbag off with this. Who do you think is the Jay Ajayi missing piece that we can trade for? That's an awesome question. Now, the sneaky guy at running back would be Josh Jacobs. Let's say that the Raiders lose once again. That would mean that they're 0-4 in their first 4 games of the season. Josh Jacobs and Miles Sanders could be a really good 1-2 punch in this backfield, but I actually want to go with Miles Sanders more so because I think that he can be that number 1 back on a really good roster. You look elsewhere, though, maybe they need to bring in a defensive end out there like a Robert Quinn, maybe even a DB if an injury happens, but honestly, this team is really stacked. You know, earlier in the week, we put together our trade targets video as well as some trade candidates that we covered on our live show. A lot of people made a good point about the special teams unit. Can the Eagles even just go out there and upgrade special teams and bring in a better punt and kick returner as compared to Britton Covey, who I think can be good at that spot in the long haul? He's certainly sure-handed back there, but hasn't really brought much punch yet to the football field. Those are a couple of areas that I'm looking at for Philadelphia. Other than that, I think they have a really stacked roster. That's a great question, Art Thomas. Fitzgerald, I think trade Fletcher Cox right now. You don't need to. Nor do I want to see it happen. I think that he is one of the backbones of this Eagles organization. He's been a really good leader and an excellent player for this team for a really long time. And honestly, I like the motivated Fletcher Cox. A couple of years ago and over the last couple of years, I've been a little bit disappointed in his inconsistency. He has been Jekyll and Hyde. He's really been up and down. This year, though, throughout the first 3 games, he has played very, very motivated. And that gets me really pumped up about Fletcher Cox. So I wouldn't trade him. You could get some really good value back, but I want to see him be a longtime Eagle. Really, the big question is, how much money does he demand when he becomes a free agent in 2023? Ryan Rowe, he's always one of our first commenters. If you want to be like Ryan and get more shout-outs, turn on your noties like Ryan Rowe. Do you think Robert Quinn can help be the missing piece of a great talent to provide enough experience and consistency? I like the Eagles' defensive line. I especially like the interior of this Eagles' defensive line. But I don't love the depth at edge rusher following the Derek Barnett injury. And yeah, they brought in Jaron Robinson, which was okay. Haven't seen him really do much. But if an injury happens at defensive end, you already lost out on Jason Pierre-Paul. He signed with the Baltimore Ravens. Could you trade for Robert Quinn? I think that's a little bit unlikely because of the price tag, but he is certainly a good player who would bring kind of that Chris Long veteran leadership on the back end of his career. He's a really good player who's put together monster sack numbers for a really long time. I just think it's somewhat unlikely given that cap number and that base salary. Key, what's your thoughts on some of the missed deep balls and slow start from Hurts, even though he had a good game? I don't think that he really started off that slow and missed that many deep balls, honestly. I mean, I thought that he connected on a lot of them. Look, he took that shot downfield to Quez Watkins. The ball wasn't close, but it was whistled for PI. And then the other deep ball that I really liked is that near sideline throw to Devontae Smith. The placement on that, if you watch it from the bird's eye view, the coach's angle, was filthy. Like, he kind of had to fade that ball in there toward the sideline to get it over the DB, and he did. That's a next-level elite one-of-one throw. And then the 50-50 ball deep downfield to Devontae Smith to set up that score right before halftime was great. You know what, Key? You make a point, though. Did he start off slow? Yes. But what I loved was just the mental fortitude from Jalen Hurts. He started off a little bit rocky. Eagles couldn't really do much offensively in that first quarter. Didn't bother him at all. They come out with the 24-point explosion in that second quarter and just put Washington away early. And from that point on at FedEx Field, it was a home away from home game with the Philadelphia faithful showing up, showing out. So I think that Jalen Hurts played well, and I actually liked that he faced adversity early in that football game. With this game coming up on Sunday, Doug Pederson's return, want to field your predictions for this matchup in the comment section. Who you got? J for the Jags, E for the Eagles. Let me know right now down in the comment section. Want to see where you all stand with this game coming up on Sunday from Lincoln Financial Field. Today's presenting sponsor is Manscaped. 20% off and free shipping on the most elite men's grooming tools if you head to manscaped.com/chat and the promo code chat. Right now that fall is here and summer is in the rear view, what we're calling this fresh ball fall. It's the season of pumpkin spice. I had pumpkin spice tea the other day. People were making fun of me, but I'm a man, no worries, because I use Manscaped, by the way, and making sure your crotch looks nice. That means sipping cider in a fall breeze and using Manscaped products to trim your balls with ease. That's right. Today's show brought to you by Manscaped, a company here to make sure that your foliage isn't the only thing shedding its excess leaves. Heck, even Mother Nature knows it's time to lose the excess clutter for fall. Join the 6 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped by heading to manscaped.com/chat, promo code chat. This package right here with the Lawnmower 4.0, the nose hair trimmer, crop preserver, ball deodorant, and the boxer briefs, the most comfortable that I've ever worn in my life. Continue to move forward, taking your questions from the homies. Brittany Bees, you're the bee's knees. Do you think the fact that we don't score in the second half is a dominant thing or a weakness? So this is actually kind of how I see it. Against the Jaguars, I'd like to see the Eagles put together 4 quarters. There's no doubt about that because I think they need to against a quality opponent. Up to this point, with Minnesota right there, those are the 2 best teams that the Eagles have faced up to this point. I think the Lions are sneaky good. I think the Commanders are bad. But against quality teams, if you build up that early lead and then you kind of fall flat on your face, good teams are going to be able to come back. So the next challenge for the Eagles, and they know this because Jalen Hurts and Nick Sirianni have talked about it, they have to put together a full game. Now, I think part of it is you blow the doors off Washington this past Sunday, and you score 24 points in the second frame, you don't really want to reveal much offensively. and the Eagles kind of took their foot off the gas in terms of their aggressive play calling. But at some point, you're going to need to play for all 4 quarters. I'd say it's a little bit of a concern, but you'll take those dominant spurts because, my gosh, they've been dominant in those moments. The real OG Elijah is next up. Is our lack of second half points a lack of change in the locker room or the opposing defense's ability to adapt? I actually think that Nick Sirianni does a good job of making adaptations throughout the game. I mean, shoot, in season last year, the Eagles got off to that awful start. People are saying that Nick Sirianni was an awful hire, that Jalen Hurts was a joke, that he wasn't going to be a franchise quarterback. Well, a big reason for that is that the Eagles passed the most on first downs among all teams in the NFL throughout the first few weeks of the season, and that was their approach offensively. Clearly, though, and I give Nick Sirianni credit for that, they realized it wasn't working with how that team was built, and they weren't catering to the personnel on that team. So what did they do? They ran behind that offensive line. They went on that crazy torrid pace on the back half of the year, ended up making the playoffs in the first year of a rebuild. So the ability to make adjustments has been there for the Eagles. Again, I think it's more of a thing of, okay, we want to have our best calls in the bag, so let's not reveal some of our most creative plays because we want to keep those for our future opponents. Are you joining us for our watch party on Sunday? Speaking of this game and the fact that the Eagles need to come to play, otherwise they're going to go down with an L to a sneaky good Jags team. If you're going to join us, type me in the comments section. If you're not going to join us, you're missing out. Live play-by-play, drinking beers. We're going to be doing some really fun Super Chat games that we will reveal on Sunday. Hope you all do. Kick it with us. Tyler, is this a crazy hot take or not? Brandon Graham finishes top 5 in sacks in the NFL. I'd say that it's a little bit of a bold take. I'm not going to say it's hot. I'm not going to say it's cold. Let's say it's a little bit lukewarm. Only operating under this thought is that Brandon Graham has never been a huge sack producer. He's been more of a guy who generates pressures, who is really good against the run, who also gets quarterback hits. Looking back at his career numbers, the most sacks that he's had in a single season came during that Super Bowl year, 9.5. His year-by-year sack total, 3, 0, 5.5, 3, 5.5, 6.5, 5.5, 9.5, 4, 8.5, 8, 0 last year because of the popped Achilles, and then 3 this year. I don't think he's going to be a huge sack guy. Can he notch double-digit sacks for the first time in his career? That'd be really impressive considering this guy is coming off that severe injury and he's 34 years old. If he continues to age like fine wine, that's a great thing for Philadelphia. I hope he ends his career with the Birds. Key with another one. Is it me or does our punter suck and we need an upgrade? Aaron Sipas. So the Eagles did work out a punter this week. It wasn't because they don't like Aaron Sipas, who has really been up and down, nothing really too special. He's not like a Sean Landetta back in the day, right? Classic OG single bar on the helmet. But they worked out a left-footed punter so that their punt returners, the Eagles, could get ready for the Jags left-footed punter. That stuff right there, that's good stuff from Nick Sirianni. But Aaron Sipas, he's been okay. He could certainly be better. Speaking of Sean Landetta, is he your favorite all-time Eagle? I highly doubt it at that punter spot. If not, who is your favorite all-time Eagle? Let me know right now in the comments section. Appreciate all of your questions. Don't forget to subscribe and join us Sunday for a watch party. Okay, we'll give you some shout-outs here. It's time for Eagles Now Happy Hour. To get the happy hour started, we got to play the Eagles Now song, Trace. We got to play the Eagles Now song because it's Eagles Now Happy Hour. 1, 2, 3, go.
Eagles Now, we get busy, chasing Trizzy. Eagles Now, cruising birds, we keep it litty. Eagles Now, pre-game, post-game, make it look easy. Eagles Now, no one likes us, please believe it. Eagles Now, super chats, we keep them coming. Eagles Now, Jalen a booby, keep it running. Eagles Now, shots downtown, AJ Brown. Eagles Now, if you ain't know, you know it now. Eagles Now.
All right, it is Eagles Now Happy Hour here on Philadelphia Eagles Now. Appreciate all of you who've been rocking and rolling with us all throughout the program. If you're just joining us, we did a Jaguars preview. We took a look at some Eagles trade candidates. We did a mailbag, 3 segments in the books, but now it's all about you, the fans, and the Philadelphia faithful. Real quick, some shout-outs to those of you who listed your favorite Eagle B-Dog from East Camden, that's where I'm at. Shady for sure from Key, that's a great one. Nobody has had footwork like him at that running back spot other than Barry Sanders, in my opinion. Eagles Now super fan going with Jerome Brown. Brittany B's going back to Tyler and Graham. 3 weeks, 3 sacks. I think he can get double-digit sacks. Elijah. Vince Papali. All right, because he was that walk-on. I like it. I got to watch Invincible again. Westbrook, too. That's a good one. Really good running back in the early 2000s. Dawkins from Nick Stone. Ryan Rowe, Dawkins. Asante Samuel, Tyrone Williams. His instincts at reading the eyes of quarterbacks, uncanny. That's why he had so many picks. He was a gambler, and he got beat a couple of times, but his eyes, phenomenal. I wish that 2009 team would have won that Super Bowl and taken down the Arizona Cardinals in that NFC Championship game. Brian Westbrook from Lays. That's a good one. McNabb, he brought me into the Eagles for life. That's cool, Brittany. I was at about that time, too. I do remember, Rodney Peete when he was playing with Ray Rhodes, and then I remember the draft selection for Donovan McNabb. I'm 30, for instance, so I was born in 92. I remember becoming an Eagles fan at about 3-4 years old. So my fandom does go back to around that point as well. Brandon Ford, Michael Vick 7. Harold Carmichael from Slick Fake Place. Samuel nickname was Toast. He was always getting burned only because he was a gambler. Can you guys imagine Westbrook on this team? He'd be special. Sanders is like Westbrook light. Westbrook was a really good blocker. He was a really good pass catcher and a really good running back. He was basically the best do-it-all running back right up there with LaDainian Tomlinson in the early 2000s from a fantasy standpoint once fantasy started to find a groove there. Aeneas, Eagles Now, I'm stoned. Nice. Celebrate, Aeneas.
Congrats.
Good job by you. So here's the deal. Show the other Super Chat menu first. So I told you at the start of the show, and it's time for our Eagles Now happy hour. Hope you all hang out with us. It's awesome. Continue to comment, like the video and all that. Got to 100 likes, so we don't have to shut off the stream. So the bosses challenged Trace and I. They said, can you get $200 in Super Chats without drinking on Eagles Now? I said, I think we can get there. Well, we did. By following the Super Chat menu here. Ring the Liberty Bell for $5, $10 EAGLES chant. Eagles foam head, we put that on for a $20 Super Chat. $30, we never got there, but we got 50s to put on the horse head. $30 was this Trace football mask. If you want him to wear that, just send in the Super Chat and tell him, and he'll do it. We threw on this horse mask to do the horse sound. So we did that a couple of times for a $50 Super Chat. Now that we got past $200 Supers, here is our Eagles Now happy hour menu.
Let's party.
All Super Chats get a shout out. $5 beer cheers, $20 beer chug, $50 a beer shotgun, and a $50 freedom funnel. Now, Trace already has to do 2 freedom funnels, and I have to shotgun a beer. So let's get our goods
Zoe,
in store for that.
I see people saying, I'm not going to do it. I'm literally about to go.
He's about to do it.
I'm literally going.
Trace is going to do the freedom funnel and get me a warm beer to shotgun. And so this is the Freedom Funnel. This actually just came in the mail today. Made in the USA, which is awesome. And are you surprised that it's made in the USA? I mean, the Eagle is America's icon, and it is Philadelphia Eagles Now. Philadelphia is America's birthplace. That's where freedom started. Let freedom ring. So Trace is about to pour a drink in here and drink out of the Freedom Funnel. He's going to do that twice, and then I'm going to shotgun a beer for a $50 Super Chat. If you want to send in more Super Chats, you can do that as well. Thank you, Abby, and we'll get the Eagles Now happy hour popping here. But that is our Eagles Now happy hour menu. We don't expect any more Super Chats. We're not going to ask for any more Super Chats, but gladly we'll take your donations. It allows us to give you videos every single day, grow our staff, and build new studios, which we just completed back a couple of weeks ago. So, Trace, let's go full screen here. All shotgun. He drinks 2 out of the Freedom Funnel. Are you just going to throw 2 beers in there or just do it one at a time? Cool. Awesome. Because I'm not sure how much this holds. So the Freedom Funnel, a new purchase here at Chat Sports. All shotgun in my Eagles foam head. Let's do it. Y'all can probably still hear me, right? Yep. All right. Aeneas, Eagles Now.
We get busy.
Chasing Trizzy. Cool.
Yeah! Woohoo!
Oh, Elijah with another 50.
Elijah.
Let's go.
All right, let's party.
All right.
Let's party.
Cheers, brother.
Cheers.
Cheers to the Fly Eagles Fly family. E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles.
Woo!
That's some freedom. That's some freedom right there.
Oh my God, I love America. Russia sucks.
Does anything say freedom more than the Freedom Funnel?
No. Freedom Funnel on YouTube talking about the Eagles? No.
This Eagles foam head, by the way, elite. It's unfortunate this business is no longer in operation because these things are fire. Look at this thing. I've had this since I was a young buck, a young bull. All right.
It was just a wee little Philly John.
So, all right. You have to do another one, and then I'll shotgun another beer for that Elijah 50-piece. Yeah. Elijah, do you have IG? Elijah, if you have IG, let me know, and I'll give you an Instagram live call right now. Since you sent in, I think, $150 already. So let me know, Elijah, if you have an IG, and we'll Instagram live you here on the show.
Dude, this thing is electric. I am in love with this thing. It's my new thing. I've been tempting like Chris. This might be my new favorite toy.
We are
I love this.
$17 away from 400 in Super Chats. Eric Stewart, you're still a young bull, Chase. I am still a young bull. Although, I guess, if you want to call 30 a young bull, I feel like I'm 25, though, so it's great. I wake up and I'm like, man, I'm 25 still, and then I'm like, no, I'm actually 30. What? Can you get me? Oh, there's that chorus. Cool. All right, another shotgun and another Freedom Funnel coming your way. Elijah, let me know if you have IG. I don't believe I do. If I did, I set it up like 10 years ago. All right, no big. If somebody else sends in a $50 super chat, we'll get you on IG Live.
Guys,
Eric Stewart, you're 53. Nice, brother.
Look how dope this thing is. I can't lift it because the beer will stop. But look how sick this is.
Yeah, it's awesome.
This is awesome.
Let freedom ring.
Freedom Funnels are way cooler than boots. Just going to say it.
All right, well, cheers again.
Cheers.
Cheers. Pretty badass Freedom Funnel.
It's so good.
Shotty down the hatch.
It's making me nervous.
What'd you say?
Said cowboy hat. It's making me nervous.
Oh, no. That's all throwing shade at the Cowboys because
Cowboys.
how about them Cowboys? Does a cowboy hat instantly make you broke back? I'm pretty sure it does. Oh, wow. See, you can't throw shade to Trizzy.
No. See, here's the thing. No.
Because Chase and Trizzy, we stay busy.
Get busy.
You know?
Get busy. Stay busy.
We stay busy.
Stay busy.
And we get busy. All right. We're going to put the shot clock on here. Freedom Funnel looks dope. Where can I get one? Does it have a website on there? Just look up Freedom Funnel. You'll find it. It's like $30 or something like that. It is pretty awesome. It is pretty awesome. All right. Gonna start here. The shot
Guys,
clock.
Don't let us down. Let's stick around. Let's party.
We will stay around.
Come on.
As long as we get supers.
Come on.
And if we don't get any more supers,
Come
then
on.
we'll just sign off and call it a day. That's all good.
Guys.
So we'll set the shot clock
Come
to, since I'm already making the announcement, 2 minutes. We're 20 seconds in here. We're 20 seconds in. In the meantime, let's get that comment section going. Where are you watching from? Throw up that weigh-in. Where are you watching from? Let us know where you're at. Where are you watching from? Eagles fans, let us know where you're at. Where is the Bird Gang watching from? We're coming to you from Dallas, Texas. Brittany Bees is in Sacramento. Who else is watching? Canada by way of Philly from Jay Brown. Nice, dude. Canada, hey? Nick Stone, Chicago. Come on, get that comment section popping. I challenge y'all. Get that comment section popping. Douglas Davis, Seattle. Let us know. Let us know. We're in Dallas. Austin, Texas, Lou G. If we get to $400 in Super Chats, we'll sing Fly, Eagles, Fly, and No One Likes Us because the office is packed right behind us, and they hate those songs.
Yes.
So we're $17 away from $400 in Super Chats.
We were literally banned from this studio, and we said, no, it's Eagles Now Happy Hour. We're going to this studio. That's how it works.
Captain Delberto said,
I'm so excited.
for $200, you got to chug a handle of vodka. If we did that, that wouldn't pay for the medical expenses at the hospital. Philly from Eric Stewart, Ryan Rose in Houston. Nice, man. If you're ever in Dallas, hit me up.
For $200, I'll put a beer and some Fireball in the Freedom Funnel. There you go.
Beer and Fireball in the Freedom Funnel, if we do that. Lancaster, PA from Tyrone, Arkansas. Woo Pig Suey.
Ow! Pig Suey!
That's good stuff right there. All right, 17 bones. Can we get to $17? $17 in soups. We'll go Fly, Eagles, Fly. And then also, No One Likes Us. Captain, bruh, I chugged one and woke up kind of fine. Just a little alcohol poisoning. I don't want alcohol poisoning.
I did that with a bottle of Captain Morgan one time, and it did not go well.
All right, final call. Final call. 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute left. Oh, Lucci! Now we're 7 away. We're 7 away.
There's 3 things that are inevitable. Death, taxes, and Lou G keeping the party going.
Lou G always keeps the party going.
Always comes in clutch.
L3, Lou G is a G.
Lou G is a G.
You can pop that over right now and I'll answer the question.
There you go.
All right, Lou G. It's actually a statement. Lou G showing off the football intellect. We're $7 away from 400. Fly, Eagles, Fly. And No One Likes the song. $7 away. Oh! All right, Lou G, let me answer this first. Top trade priority should be secondary and a running back. So you look at the secondary right now. Darius Slay's been awesome. James Bradbury has been fantastic. They've actually been one of the top cornerback tandems in the NFL, the best if you look at some different metrics out there. And Avonte Maddox has been an awesome slot corner. Now, here's where the issue lies. A little bit of depth issues there. If one of them were to go down, Zech McPherson has to come in, and that makes the secondary certainly weaker. There's no doubt about that. Or at that safety position. Now, let's give some time to C.J. Gardner-Johnson, C.D. Deuce, to really catch up and get acclimated with this defense. I think he's a good player. I think he has good instincts. He's played more than 1,000 snaps going into this year at nickel, but he only played a little more than 80 snaps at safety. So let's see what he can do with more reps in this defense, okay? Him and Marcus Epps, mixed results there at safety, more so because of C.D. Deuce, not because of Marcus Epps. I think Epps has been one of the bigger surprises. So secondary, I see what you're saying. If you get an even better safety and then you slide down C.D. Deuce to some nickel roll duties where he can play in the box, man, he could be dangerous. As far as running back is concerned, let's show that player 3 stat comp to see what the Eagles' backs have been able to do so far. I've actually been pretty pleasantly surprised with what some of the Eagles' running backs have done. I mean, Miles Sanders has had a sneaky good year. Now, last year, the Eagles were the #1 rushing offense in the NFL. They relied heavily on the ground game. But this team is different because of Jalen Hurts' ascension as a passer and his growth and development throwing the football. So they don't need to run the football as much when they're taking more shots downfield. And honestly, when you have both working, it makes you even more dangerous and more unpredictable. So if you make a trade, if you go after like a Dearness Johnson and he becomes your RB2 behind Miles Sanders, and by the way, Dearness Johnson isn't even playing for the Cleveland Browns, then you're looking at a 1-2 running back punch that is really, really good with Miles Sanders and Dearness Johnson. Now, if you go after a guy like Josh Jacobs, that's a big splash right there. Jacobs in the final year of his deal. I believe when the Eagles traded for Jay Ajayi a couple of years ago, he was also in the final year of his contract, or at least getting close to it, because he couldn't reach a contract with the Miami Dolphins. Unfortunately, knee injury issues with him at Boise State and the NFL really did kind of curtail his NFL career. But I like these backs. I really do. Now, Boston Scott as a kick returner, maybe you use him more there and then as a situational back. I wouldn't hate that. But, yeah, you make a good point with secondary and running back, at least from a depth perspective, some weaknesses there. Ray Oid. All right, we got to sing the Fly Eagles Fly song and No One Likes Us.
Let's go.
So let's go Fly Eagles Fly first. I'm going to throw on the Eagle hat. And Trace, just because you haven't put this on yet, you gotta put this on. You gotta put the football hat on. Do it for the people.
One time for the culture.
One time for the culture. A 1, a 2, a 3. Fly, Eagles, fly on the road to victory. Fight, Eagles, fight. Score a touchdown, 1, 2, 3. Hit 'em low, hit 'em high, and watch our Eagles fly. Fly, Eagles, fly on the road to victory. E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles! This is for Tyler Jones. He thinks that the No One Likes Us song sucks, but I think it's good. No one likes us. No one likes us. No one likes us. We don't care. We're from Philly, fucking Philly. No one likes us. We don't care. No one likes us. No one likes us. No one likes us. We don't care. We're the Philly fucking Eagles. No one likes us. We don't care. So, hey, the only remaining unbeaten teams at 3-0, it's the Fly Eagles Fly and the Miami Dolphins.
Hey, everyone's hating on 2 quarterbacks this offseason. Do you know who those 2 quarterbacks are?
Get out of here. Tua sucks. Tua sucks. Get out of here.
They both rocked the number 1, right?
Jalen.
And they both went to the same college.
And they both went to Alabama?
That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
Get out of here. Tua sucks.
Right.
Jalen Hurts is better. Get out of here. Jalen Hurts is better.
2 undefeated quarterbacks. How do you like them apples?
Tua's good because of Tyreek. Get out of here, Will.
Fitzgerald,
Jalen Hurts is a dog. Tyreek Hill can't even see it.
Oh, man.
I'm never taking this off.
This show is electric. All right. 1 minute left on the shot clock, and then we're signing off. 1 minute on the shot clock.
Let's get in clutch. Come in clutch again. Come in clutch again.
Football head Trace. I'm glad you put that on.
I'll keep it on.
It was in this storage bin that I've had for really long.
All right. Oh, I do.
Oh, he owes another freedom. Okay.
Okay.
1 minute on the shot clock, but Trace also owes another freedom funnel. So he'll come on in either way and do that. Ray Oid said, say it, Trace. If you love the Eagles, type E. I'm typing it right now in the comments section.
Don't get me wrong. Tua's looked good, but let's see who he's throwing the ball to. Just saying. I'm just saying.
Get your freedom funnel ready, kid. Get the freedom funnel ready,
so I have to
kid.
get ready.
All right, 42 seconds in. Trace is going to give you that freedom funnel. If we don't get any more super chats, we're going to sign off after the funnel. We appreciate all the support here on Philadelphia Eagles Now. Ray, Oid. No one likes us. We appreciate that. $413 in super chats, $200 before we even drank. That's success right there. See, I told you, we're not alcoholics here on Eagles Now. We just like to chop it up and have fun with the family. Cormar Hughes, Eric Stewart, Dan watching from the Netherlands, Douglas Davis, Fitzgerald, you're all real ones. Watch party coming your way on Sunday, and it's going to be a lot of fun. We got some good Super Chat games cooked up for you. Stay around. Trace about to do his freedom funnel because we got the $400 in soups. So here he comes.
All right, to those of you who are saying in the chat I wasn't going to do it and I couldn't do it.
They said he wouldn't do it.
Y'all are a bunch of frauds.
He's doing it. He's doing it. Brittany Bees, I love you guys. Show is so amazing. Love the fan interaction you guys have. Thank you. That's why we're 1 of 1 in my opinion. Others would never. All right, Trizzy. You ready for your third freedom funnel? Last call for Super Chats, by the way. Otherwise, we're going to end the show. Kara Pula's back.
Kara!
Hey, yo! Kara, you'd be proud of us. Kara, you'd be proud of us. Kara would be proud of us, right? The bosses said, we're going to challenge you. Can you get $200 in Super Chats without drinking? We did that, And then we got to 4:13, and we've had a couple of beers, but hasn't been the craziness of previous weeks. But we're having fun, Kara. Thanks for coming back.
Kara, look at her new toy. Isn't it so
Potion,
cool?
Kara. Everybody type Kara, 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 Kara. Let's go. Kara's a real one.
I still can't believe we have. Wait, so Dan, what made you an Eagles fan from the Netherlands?
He said earlier just the dog mentality that he
I
loved.
love it. I love it.
All right. Last Freedom Funnel. No more super chats. We're signing off right after this unless we get another super.
Can we get to 69 viewers?
We were up past that, so no worries. Oh, okay. Can we get to 69 viewers? We're at 79. Let's make Tom Downey happy here. Oh, Luigi!
Texas, Luigi coming in.
Maryland, he did it again. All right, do your Freedom Funnel. Lou G. This thing is awesome, man. Is it kind of like the Mirabanga?
Exactly.
Third Freedom Funnel. Trace is a real one. You said that he wouldn't do it. He just did. All right, I feel like I got to do something for the people. Can you give me a fireball? I'll take a shot for that $10 super chat. Abby's going to come on and take a shot, too. He drinking from Christian. Kara Poole, I am bad. If I was good, it'd be too much. Kormar. Kara. Y'all want to see Abby? Type A. A in the chat. A in the chat. We'll do some shots of fireball here. Kara Poole, Christian, Ray, Brittany, Potion, Jay, Dan. Venom is back. What up, Venom?
Venom.
Ryan Rowe, Nick Stone.
Venom.
All right. You got your glass? Dope. All right, here's Abby. Abby's been running the comment section today.
Type A for Abby.
Type
Show
A
some
for
love to
Abby.
Abby. She's the biggest Eagles fan in here.
Shit. I'll take that one. Came out fast. Yes, my B. Let me know when.
Wow, senior,
Okay.
heavy hand already.
Shitty pour.
Yeah.
That's a poor man
Oh,
shot.
look at
That's
this.
a poor
All
man
right.
shot.
Here, I'll fill it up.
Come on
I'll
now.
get with you.
What are we, Cowboys fans?
All the way to the top.
What are we, Cowboys fans, Abby? This is ridiculous. Real shots only on Eagles now.
Chase, you need to DM me if you don't see me within 30 minutes. I know, right? I got you next time. Turn on your noties, Kara.
Yeah, dang it, Kara.
All right, cheers.
She was at work.
Appreciate Abby for running the chat. Appreciate Lou G for the soup. Fireball is very good once in a while. I feel like if I were to drink it too much, I just wouldn't like it. That cinnamony taste.
It's
be
exactly
tough.
that. Is that you can only have it here and there. It's a good I'm at a party. I'm already kind of feeling a little faded. Let's take a shot.
Kara said, do you
Can't
know
start
how
it.
many damn noties I get from YouTube a day? I got you. I'll DM you Sunday. I'll try to remember to DM you on Sunday to join us for the watch party. It's going to be awesome.
It's gonna be fun.
Because the audience has died down, because it's Eagles Now Happy Hour, this is what we have cooked up on Sunday. All right? I got a Jaguars mask. I got a wig to cut Trevor Lawrence's hair. And we're going to do some other really fun things. So join us on Sunday. It's going to be a blast. But the same conditions apply for Sunday. The bosses are challenging us once again, and they're saying, Trace can't be on the show until you get to $200 in Super
Isn't
Chat.
that criminal? Isn't that just insane?
It's the
wild.
Trace and Chase
Wild.
show. That's just what it is.
It's like in our theme song, we get busy chasing Trizzy.
I know.
Like, what? I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't know. So in case you're just joining us, you're probably like, what is going on? We did 3 segments today. This is Eagles Now Happy Hour. We did an Eagles-Jags preview, took a look at some Eagles trade candidates, did a mailbag as well. We had to get to $200 before we could start our Eagles Now Happy Hour, to start having some drinks with the people, because we like to really make this an atmosphere in which we're all just kind of hanging out in the living room, talking some football, just interacting with one another, being Philadelphia degenerates like we are. We got to $200 in Super Chat. So now, here's our Eagles Now Happy Hour menu. Gonna put up the shot clock one more time. And we're not asking for any more Super Chats, but we are down to keep it live here if we get more soups. So 1 minute on the clock. 1 minute on the clock. We get any more super chats, we stay live. We're at 423.
Potion.
I'm being told,
Potion.
you know, if we get a $50 super chat, it's a Trace Funnel, Abby Beer Bong, and Chase Shotgun. That's what I'm being told right now in my ear.
It's going to be electric.
If we get a $50 super chat,
it's going to be
Chase Shoddy, Trace Freedom Funnel, Abby Beer Bong. That's the trifecta, and then we'll sign off. We won't do anything after that. We won't do anything after that.
$200 to kick Trizzy off the show?
Dude, Trizzy is the man. Trizzy makes the show.
That is hilarious.
He makes the show, Captain Dale Bertha. You can't hate on him. This is my boy.
All right, $200. Here's what we'll do. You can kick me off the show if you send $2,000, all right? Deal.
All right, 30 seconds left. 30 seconds left. Pederson gave these ungrateful fans their only Super Bowl trophy. Took 65 years. They were the only team in the NFC with no trophy until him, and he started Hurts to start this era. DeClown doesn't look as though he's an Eagles fan. Looks as though he's hating on the Eagles because he said he gave these ungrateful fans because you said that. No one likes us. No one likes us. No one likes us. We don't care. We're from Philly, fucking Philly. No one likes us. We don't care. DeClown. No one likes us. DeClown. No one likes us. No one likes us. We don't care. We're the Eagles, fucking Eagles. No one likes us. We don't care. Lou G, Lou G, Lou G, Lou G. Free Trace. And did y'all start earlier than usual? I missed too much. No. Every single Thursday from here on out, unless we change it. But every single Thursday the last couple of weeks, we've only done I think this is our third live show?
I think.
Fourth live show.
Fourth
live show. We've done some watch parties, but fourth live show. Marshall, 69 people watching.
Here we go.
Nice.
That's nice.
He asked us to get the 69 viewers. Great success. Very nice. How much?
I like.
I like. Lou G is a G. $10. Yeah, so 4 o'clock Eastern, 1 o'clock Pacific, every single Thursday. That's what we're doing. That's how we're shaking. Lou, you send in the 10. I don't have any more beers here, so I'll just take another shot of Fireball. Abby, you want another one? All right, Abby will come on. And then we're signing off. We're signing off after this. That's the heavy pour for you.
What a good happy hour. What a fun happy hour. And it could not be over. Just saying.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Fly, Eagles, fly, family. Eagles country, let's fly.
Let's fly. Let's fly.
Let's go.
Eagles country. Let's fly.
Fireball. FTW for the win.
Hey, Kara.
I'm so sad I missed happy hour. You tuned in for part of it, Kara. It's all good. You're a real OG.
Kara.
We'll ring the bell for Kara. We'll ring the bell for Kara. Driving home for a bit.
Hear me out. Hear me out, Chase. We should have a super chat menu for game day. We could fill up the Kara pool with super chats and you chug a beer.
That's pretty good.
Just saying.
I got to put that on my notes as well.
I think that'd be fun. Kara, what do you think? What do you think?
That's pretty good. All right.
Yeah, Abby ain't lying. I do want another Freedom Funnel. I really do.
How much for a Freedom Funnel?
Yeah. Yeah.
Anything? $20?
$20. I'll do $20.
$20 for a Freedom Funnel?
If they send 50, I'll throw a shot of Fireball on top.
50 shot of Fireball in the Freedom Funnel for Trace. $20. He will do one more Freedom Funnel. We'll give you a minute here. How embarrassing. Oh, Lou G! Lou G! Lou! Lou! Get your Freedom Funnel ready, dog.
Let's go. Oh, man, I'm excited. I'll be right back. Thanks, Lou. Appreciate you, brother.
Oh, my gosh. Lou! Type Lou in the chat. I'm late to the party. Lou's always down to party. Party hardy. Trace, Power Chord Trace. He's back. Power Chord Trizzy is back. Oh, my gosh. Luann, he did it again. That's good stuff right there. Lou. He accidentally shut off the lights. It's okay. Yes. He accidentally hit the light switch. Power cord Trizzy. That's good stuff right there. Y'all saw the lights flicker there. That was funny. A wild power cord trace appears.
Power cord trace is in the wild, and he accidentally hit the power cord, and then the lights showed off.
Power cord Trizzy.
You know what?
He did it again, Marilyn.
Nah, fuck it. Hey, here's one of those things. You just take an L.
You take an L.
Take the L. You take it on the chin.
Type L.
That's all you do.
Type L in the chat.
That's all you do. You take the L. You take it on the chin, and you learn next time.
Type L. Type L.
I made it a year though. I made it a year.
He did.
I made it a year.
He made it more than a year.
Made it
Type
a year.
L in the chat. Trizzy. He kicked out the light switch. It wasn't the
All I'm
power
saying
cord
is
for
I
the
would've kicked
system.
I wouldn't have kicked it if I didn't have to do
Ray
it.
Oid, that one guy, Nick Stone, Carapole, Ryan Rowe, all typing that L. Give him the fat L, but now we turn the L to a W because he's doing the freedom funnel. All right, one more freedom funnel. Last call for soups, and then we're hopping out of here. I know I've said that a couple times, but for real this time. Anybody who sends in the super chat outside of Lou G will stay alive. Lou G, you're done. We're cutting you off. You're the man for all the support. Lou G is a G.
I hate it here. I hate it here.
You love it here.
I love
and we
it
love
here.
you.
I love it here.
Keep trace away from the power cord, but you can't keep the power cord.
Lou G, you did it again. He did it again. That's another shot for Abby and I.
I'm not going out there. I'm not walking back over.
Oh,
I'm
my
not going out
gosh.
there.
All right, freedom
Okay,
funnel.
I hate this.
He needs it bad. He's swallowing that L. Carapole said Trizzy horrible at DMing back. That's an L. That's a double L, dog.
I got too many people sliding in the DMs.
Too many people sliding in the DMs.
I got too many of them.
And he's
sliding
got
in.
that freedom funnel sliding down the throat right now. Pause. He almost spit it out. Oh, my gosh. This is good stuff. We had Lou G send in another soup, so we'll pour up one more shot. I said outside of Lou G. Outside of Lou G. Outside of Lou G. But Lou G is a G for that. This is actually a good question coming up. Abby, one more shot. At least as of now. He's going to need a minute now. Yeah, for real. Fly, Eagles, fly. Can we get a Fly, Eagles, fly? She's a Saints fan from New Orleans. It's tough. Y'all have owned us, though, low-key.
If a $10 super chat comes in, I will say it.
All right.
Oh, you heard the price.
$10 super chat. She'll say, Fly, Eagles, fly. All right. Eagles country. Let's fly. All right, Lou G, let's talk about this question here. Chase, who'd you rather have? Second-year Devontae Smith, second-year Deshaun Jackson. Phenomenal, and I mean phenomenal question. That's how I know that Lou G is a football G, because this is very good analysis here. So, I have said that A.J. Brown is the most talented wide receiver that this franchise has had since Terrell Owens, and that's not knocking Deshaun Jackson. Why did I say that? From a physical standpoint, A.J. Brown is very similar in his physique to Terrell Owens. Big, physical, picks up yards after the catch, can break tackles, can go long, can go short, crossers, out routes, vertical routes. He can do it all. And why A.J. Brown is better than Deshaun Jackson, $10 super chat from Lou G. Abby, gonna have to say, fly, Eagles, fly. Why A.J. Brown is better than Deshaun Jackson is because while D-Jack put up crazy numbers, while D-Jack is one of the most explosive players in the history of the NFL, that's not an opinion. Those are backed by stats. He has some of the most 50-plus yard touchdowns in the history of the NFL. He's a complete wide receiver. And in my opinion, Deshaun Jackson was not a complete wide receiver. Now, he can't help that. He's a little bit slight, a little bit short. And where Devontae Smith comes in here is that I think Devontae Smith is a more complete wide receiver than Deshaun Jackson. He has better hands. He can grab 50-50 balls, what D-Jack never did because he wasn't a jump ball wide receiver. He plays bigger than his size, which is what D-Jack didn't do. He's more physical than D-Jack, better in the run game as a blocker. There was a clip of him pancaking a dude last week against Washington. He's the more complete wide receiver. Better route runner. D-Jack wasn't a great route runner. Devontae Smith is a great route runner. His fundamentals are unbelievable, and honestly, I think Devontae Smith, his devotion to the craft, a little bit better, stays a little bit more low-key than D-Jack. So I'd go Devontae Smith. Might be a hot take. I think he's the better all-around wide receiver. All right, $10 Super Chat coming in once again from Lou G. I mean, shoot, I hate to do it to y'all, but, like, I don't like uneven numbers. We're $27 away from $500 in Super Chats. Just saying. Carapool, D-Jax is tiny. Put.
No, we weren't asking for Super Chat.
I didn't ask. I was making a statement.
You didn't.
I just made a statement. I did not ask. I just said facts. We're $27 away from $500. We said $10, and Abby would say "Fly Eagles Fly." So scroll over to the producer cam and mic up Abby, or you can come on here, whatever you want to do. Here, make sure it's a 2-cam. Then she'll say it because this is what Lou G paid for. This is a Saints fan saying "Fly Eagles Fly." You all right, Trace? You got it? Coming? All right, there it is. Let's go! Oid! 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 Let's go! $500 from Ray Oid! 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 Wow! Ray Oid, we're signing off after this. We are done. We are done. What does Ray get? Beer bong race between y'all two? I'll shotgun too? All right. For Ray Oid, and then we're signing off. That's it. That's it. We're cutting it off. Don't send in any more Super Chats. Unless you want to. We're going to do an Abby Trace beer bong race, and then I'll shotgun a beer for $500 in Super Chats. Thanks to Oid, 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 Oid. Ray Oid said, you don't have to. We got you, bro. We got you. All right, Dan. Where'd you send me the DM, bro? From the Netherlands. Let me see. Oh, Dan Evers. I see you. Get you featured on the show, my guy. Oh, this is awesome. So we were talking with Dan VFFV earlier, and he said, I'm watching from the Netherlands. I said, that's awesome. We made him a graphic. And I said, if you're from the Netherlands, how are you an Eagles fan? He said, I love that underdog mentality. So he hit me up on IG. Thanks for the shout out. Underdog mentality in the Netherlands. And this is his dog with the Zach Ertz jersey. How awesome is that? Beautiful pup, rocking the Ertz jersey. Dogs are so close to my heart, brother. I absolutely love dogs. Grew up with them my entire life. Sometimes my parents treated our dogs better than my sister and I, but it's all good at the end of the day. Shout out to Dan, man. Can you throw up that L3 again for Dan? Underdog mentality with the Zach Ertz jersey. That's good stuff right there, Dan. Appreciate that, brother. Appreciate that, bro. All right, before we sign off, we're going to have a beer bong race coming your way and a shotgun. Me too is my parents' dog. That's very cool. Potion said, what's up, pup? Potion. What a guy. Potion, if I'm ever in Vegas, man, we're linking. We're linking and we're having a night. Let's go, Dominic. Let's go, Eagles. You already know. Chris Scott chasing the house. Chris, are you just joining us, man? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. This is our Eagles Now Happy Hour. We challenged everybody today. We said, we're not cracking a beer until we get to $200 in Super Chats. After that, it's fair game. We got there. Shout out to y'all. Chris Scott just joined in. If you want to go back and watch the show, obviously you can do that. Just scroll back on the ticker, but thanks for joining us here late. Good audience today. Good interaction as always, and great Super Chats. Really good content, too. Eagles, Jags, preview. That's something that we covered. Some trade candidates for the Birds, and then a mailbag taking all of your great questions. Potion, Bro Slide, I'll see y'all in Dallas for the Cowgirls game December 24th. Hey, if you're down here, let's link. I can't go to the game because I'll be doing a watch party, but We'll link, man, for sure. For sure. All right, we got a beer bong race coming up thanks to that $27 super chat from Oid. I'm shotgunning a beer. I'll really just open up the stage. Lou G, $10 just to say bye. My gosh, you're a G. What a dude. Nah, you can handle your thing here. All right, so I'm going to step aside here. Abby and Trace are going to do a beer bong race. So I'll clear way. I'll clear the stage. Exit stage right. And Abby and Trace will do their beer bong race. Thanks to Ray getting us to 500. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Let me know who you got. T for Trace, A for Abby. Get those votes in right now. Oh, that's close to a tie. It may have been Trace. Who won? I'm making that the live poll here. Who won? Who got the dub? Honest answers only. Was it Trace or Abby? Live poll is up right now. Let's go, Dominic. I love you. I love you too, dog. Appreciate you, fam. Let's go. Live poll. Get your votes in right now on our live poll. Lou G with this $10 super chat. Adios, amigos. Cheers. Adios, brother. Adios. I do have to shotgun one more beer. Dan said ladies first. I agree. Got to be a gentleman in this world. All right. So far, 53% Trace. It was close. Who won? Get your votes in our live poll. Now it's 50-50. What was it? Oh, jeez. So then Abby would get the win.
I'm not gonna argue.
Keep it PG in the comment section.
Hey, thanks, Brandon. Team Trace for life. I appreciate it.
But Team Abby for life as well.
Yeah, also,
but he's just
Abby's
saying Team Trace because it's a Trace and Chase
Don't get
show.
it twisted like Wetzel's Pretzels.
How
Abby's a
awesome
real
is
one.
this, though? Who won? It's 50-50. 50-50. All right. That's pretty interesting. Now it's Trace, 53-47. All right. Going to shotgun this beer, then we'll sign off, and we'll see where the votes are. Trey should be a gentleman. Do you concede?
I took the L.
He concedes. He concedes.
I will gladly.
Abby with the win.
Abby is victorious once again in this beer bong race.
Abby gets the dub. 53% Trace, 47% Abby. Abby gets the dub. Trace, what a gentleman. Potion tiebreaker. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. All right, y'all. We're signing off. Show up that weigh-in about the Lou G. You're just unbelievable, man. Abby fixed the polls with her burner accounts. Now, if I'm being real, if I were to vote, it was maybe Trace slightly. But Abby's an OG.
I already conceded, though. I conceded. I'm taking the L. I'm taking the L.
Lou G, thanks for the 5, bro.
This is a day of L's.
Yeah.
I'm taking a lot of them. I'm going to take them all in one day.
See, that's good because Lou G used. Oh, here we go.
You have to come back on Sunday for the tiebreaker. Or is it? You have to come back on Sunday for the tiebreaker.
Tiebreaker on Sunday.
But we have to get $200 in super chats.
Before we drink on Sunday.
I'm not allowed to be there.
Yes. Brandon Ford said you got the dub, Trace.
Thanks, Brandon. I appreciate it.
But, hey, it was close. And Abby's a great sport. All right. Throw up the weigh-in of the watch party. We are going to be going live for Doug Pederson's return to Lincoln Financial Field, Philadelphia, on Sunday. Make sure you join us for that watch party. Are you joining us? Type me, 12:45 p.m. Eastern. That's when our pregame show kicks off. Subscribe, join us. There you go. Hang out. Got some really good Super Chat games cooked up for everybody. And audience interaction is going to be on another level.
Potion, make that T-shirt. Let's do it.
Free Trace on a T-shirt.
Let's do it.
That's good stuff right there. So join us for our watch party Sunday. Eagles, Jags. Birds looking to move to 4-0 on the year. And it's going to be an awesome atmosphere at the link because this Jags team, I hope people realize, and I think Eagles fans are going to realize they're legit. It's going to be a really good game. So appreciate everybody for tuning in all throughout the show. It was an absolute blast. People joined us. People subbed. You hit that thumbs up icon. You like the video. You kept the comment section flowing. 5:15 in Super Chats. We'll get past that on Sunday against the Jags. And until next time, peace. But until then, videos every single day on the Birds. E-A-G-L-E-S. Eagles. We out.
Eagles now, we get busy, chasing Trizzy. Eagles now, bruising birds, we keep it litty. Eagles now, pre-game, post-game, make it look easy. Eagles now, no one likes us, please believe it. Eagles now, super chats, we keep them coming. Eagles now, Jalen a booby, keep it running. Eagles now, shots downtown, AJ Brown. Eagles now, if you ain't know, you know it now. Eagles now.